Hmm, that's interesting. All right, let's see if the string comes up. I believe this should work. I was doing some algo trading. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. I was testing some algos out last night. Shh. All right, let's see if we can catch a trade on this. We're going to coast up. Will the bulls just continue to carry the market up? Market keep catching a bid. Okay, perfect. Strings are up now. Gravy. Dang. Well, I'm not doing my morning. Oh man. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I got it now. We're in it now. We're better. We're better. We're better. Those resistance lines are still holding. I think Mike had said 25 we needed to get over. Bears are trying to take control of this into New York lunch. Can they push it down though? Still riding above the 200 here on the 15 second. I've got that sitting at 25 134. Russell pulled back as well. Let's take a look at that. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. See, you doing that allows you to build confidence and trust into what you're building, that's something that traders didn't have a few years ago. Is the every trader didn't have the capability of a tool that could build their own indicators. And I think that is the most important thing, because then it's like you're building confidence in what you're creating. It's so much easier to study what you're creating and fine tune it. And then as you fine tune it and perfect it, it becomes more valuable to you and easier for you to trust it. And then you can, as you're applying it to your trade, you can stay in and follow that trade longer. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just, so cool, because, before you would just be studying other people's indicators. People had no idea how they were going to build it. They didn't have the tools. Or like me, I'm fairly decent at math, but I'm not going to sit here and figure out the math it would take for me to create my own strategy and indicator. But now being able to have AI and say, hey, you know what, AI, I've got $200. I want to day trade today. What kind of strategy could I implement and what could I trade that would allow me to maximize my money, have the least amount of risk, X, Y, and Z. Or I want to trade NASDAQ. I've got a 50K account. I've got $500 of drawdown for the day. What kind of strategy can we create that will allow me to, have the best risk to reward? And then it'll start creating stuff for you. And then you can tell it what you want. I want to use the clouds. I want to use, the EMAs with, fair value gaps, and implement that. And then it starts to factor all that stuff in. That's how I've actually come to some of these strategies here, because most of these are strategies right now. So, I've got, oh no, not this one, I guess. No, I guess this one's not. So one of these is one. I've been working. No, it's this one. Yeah, this one's the one. So this one has all kinds of filters that I created. See, I got time filters on it, support and resistance lines. And you can tell it already starts off with an initial of $1,000 capital, because this is something I've been working on for a 25K account. So my initial capital for that is $1,000. And also, I want something I can fund myself. That if I find my coup de grace, I can easily fund it, and I'll be driving a Bugatti in a month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Let me double check what we have in the Discord. Do we have an area like that? Hmm. Maybe we can get a channel created with indicators and charts. You know that? I say drop in stocks in crypto. Yeah, I say drop in stocks in crypto because if it's something cool, it'd be nice to get feedback from both groups. Traders on both sides, or they might like it on their side as well. I've been working on some of my strategies on crypto as well as of lately. I'm working on some automated strategies on Solana. That looks like a daily. Yeah, it looks like a daily on that he's got. Because look at the price line. The price line is pretty spread out. Oh, nice. We're getting that sell. Oh, come on. Make my puts go in the money. This is a nice spot here. Dang it. See, I was talking, man, oh man. I should have been stacking shorts. I was just blabbing. Riz Tate. All right, let's see. All right, let me see. Tag. Drop it in that channel right there so we can take a look at it. That way it doesn't get mixed up with the chat. Otherwise, it'll get lost. Let's see if we get a pullback to the 200. Jeez Louise, we missed this on the futes, fam. Oh my goodness. And that's 4 minutes into New York lunch. Will they continue the dumperooski and take us into maybe give us some lows? I don't know. All right, I don't see it. If you want, just tag me when you drop it in there. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I've found that most algos work better in the overnight session. I found that there's a pretty good success in that time frame in the London. And I have not had luck in my experience with the early sessions. Although I've seen some DCA algos that work fairly good, but their risk to reward is just redunculous. Or they need management. I've really found that is that the algos are smart. The algos are great, but they have to have some kind of guidance. Some driver needs to be there managing what they're doing. Otherwise, they sometimes they can lose and then just go drastically wrong. Oh, now we're getting that roll push down to the downside. Oh my goodness. And I'm just sidelined on this. Oh my goodness. We're getting holy moly. Is there any news? I'm not hearing any news right now. This is a significant push down under the 200. We're probably under the 200 now. Some of the okay. So on the 1 minute, we're close to it. What will we do? Will we hold this? Oh, look at that! I'm up 10% on my IWM puts. Let's go. Today, it graces me with one entry. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Well, can we hold this? Take a look at the 15-second. Let's just start seeing what happens. Oh, no, they're not. They're gonna let it go. I need a pullback though. If we want to take this, maybe we can get to the 26. Maybe we can get to right around 25, 108. The trend was up though, will they give it up though? That's the real question. Will they just, let it go? Oh, this is insane. My puts are still holding. I'm just waiting to see if we can catch a pullback. If the Bulls can take this back up and get us over the 9, I'd like to see us back at 25, 105. Maybe scale into a single put there. Okay, there's that. Sorry, I'm getting my chats up because I don't have all my chats up yet. It's a process. I mean, most of my chats won't come up until the stream starts, so I don't want to leave any viewers out. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. My chats are up. Ooh, spam is out today. Okay, we're continuing that push. Sellers still in control of the market, giving us some selling pressure. Come on. Look at the 1 to a T. We just bounced off the 200 on the 1 minute. Are they going to continue this? Will we hold it? We got resistance there at 110. There's a 90 MA, but we're also under it on the 1 minute. Let's go back to that 15 and see how close we are to the 200. Let's see. Let's see if they take us up to the 200. That would be 25, 125. We'll attempt to short there. I'll be that one more pullback. Maybe, unless this is going to stay bullish. We're 10 minutes into New York lunch as well, team. Am I foolish for shorting this? What do you guys think? All right. Oh, I guess not. Well, I guess we're not. I'm gonna have to take a look at what happened there. Sell the news. That's right. Sell the news. We'll see. We'll see. Wow. What will we do here at the 200? We reject it. That breakdown. Still rejecting the 200. Oh man, we're gonna miss that whole trade. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, are they gonna torpedo this thing? There's a sell on the 15-second. Will it hold though? That's the better question. Will it hold? I think it will. I think the sell will hold. I'm still in my IWM shorts. Like I said, I'm in 252s. I got like four of them. They're like 10 cents a con right now. Something not too expensive, but if we get a nice pullback, they could pay. Get that low of the day. Let me take this chart off for a second. I want to take a look at this for a second. Figure figure something out. I'll bring you all over to this chart for a few. You don't see any news? Mm, okay, maybe not. Market's still looking kind of weak. Under the 200 on the 15-second. Can the Bulls take it back? Get us back over? We got to be above 25, 123 for us to be bullish, in my opinion. Otherwise, we're going to continue to sell during New York lunch, which wouldn't be a bad thing, Some taking profit during New York lunch, I would not mind that. I would not mind that. Perfect. You're gone too. It looks like we're starting to get that grind up. They're going to do it. They're going to get us over the 200 and do it. Push this thing. On the 15-second, it looks kind of bullish now. Doesn't look as weak. Got a little bit of that trend going to the upside now. Hey guys. Well, it looks like bulls are in control. The bid's at 122. We still got some resistance levels above building and holding. Still under the 200 though. I'm not convinced for upside. We got to get above that 125 mark. Well, brought it down a little now. It's at one. It's at 25 123 now. Bull stepping in to take control, pushing it down 25 116. It's 25 113. Now trying to get under the 26 EMA. Wait a minute. Did we just. Sheesh. We are ripping now to the upside. Well, there she goes. She's ripping again. Can we get that rep up during New York lunch? Nice. Come on. Push it. Let's go. Got a buy signal on the Russell as well. Let's see if we can keep pushing upward. Come on, Bulls. I mean, not a lot of volume, but it looks like, if they can hold it here, we can get that continuation upward. That would be nice. Come on, Bulls, you can do this. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we hold here. Come on, Bulls, let's go. Let's get that 25 148. Push it up. Back under the 26. I'm sorry, we're back under the 9. Now testing the 26 again at the 200 again. Oh my goodness. Man, we are volatile here during New York lunch. Now, Bitcoin's still going for high day. Market not. Market dipping. Now back under the 200 EMA. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Wow. Oh, there's the aggressive sell. Oh my goodness. That's disgusting. That's terrible. Ooh, my goodness. Can we hold this? Let's see. Back under the 200. What will the Bulls do? Can they re-engage? Got some overhead resistance now. Oh, okay. Tough. Some tough price action referring to Trump's speech. Uh, not hearing much about it right now, though. Hmm. Yeah, all I'm hearing is that Trump issued a weird ultimatum as part of his demand for new voting restrictions. And he's cornered on wild new excuses for bombing Iran school. Yeah, I didn't know that those kids they go to school on the weekend. You know that? I didn't know that their school days are Saturdays and Sundays. That's the day that they're in school. You know that? Oh man, jeez. Well, we are in New York launch team. Almost halfway through. Got about 6 minutes left. Get into the buy signal there on the NAS. Still holding the 200. But you can kind of see that we're just ranging right now. You know, you probably have, I think Mike mentioned earlier his box. Oh, let's see where the box is. Maybe it's under here. I think it's here. This is it. So you'd probably be right in this range. That would be your range right there. You'd have to start getting out of start of it. You creeped into it. Start chopping people up left and right. Russell looks like it wants to sell, unless it's just cooling off. There goes NQ, top of that range. Will we hold here and push up? Bulls can do it. I mean, this is just all retail right now. Will they take it and just run with it and buy it? It's kind of scary. Oh my God, that's a huge candle. Let's go. Let's go, Bulls. Come on. Come on. I know you guys are there. Come on, send this thing. Just do it. Come on, Bulls. We're at that range now. This is good. Because everything else we're above the 200. So that just means that the upside trend is still intact. So we just gotta keep above it. And there she goes. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Come on, Bulls. Send it. Can we get to that 25 172 though? That's the real question. That's a heck of a wick. We got a bunch of buyers stuck on the top of that candle. God, I hope the Bulls can keep it. The war was over yesterday, Trader 007. That ended yesterday. It's not gonna go up. It's not gonna go up. This is it. You're probably right. You're probably right, bro. You're probably right, Ron. Made 650 this morning camping in Yosemite. Nice. Congrats, Cole. Congrats. You're better than the rest of us working stiffs. Congrats, bro. Congrats. And there we go at 25 156. It is scary because the Russell's not doing the same thing. Let's go take a look at MNQ or MES for a second. So ES is close to the intraday high, still a few points, but it's just kind of lagging this tech move. Ooh, got slow for a second there. Oh my goodness. Come on, hold it. Hold it, Bulls. Okay, we just breached the 90 MA again. Can we hold this though? We need 148 to turn into a support level for us here so we can creep over it and use that and take out that next upper band. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to do it though. Oof. Yeah, it looks like it's going to sell now. God bless. Down 26% on the call I picked up. Ugh. Yeah, I'm out. Well, so much for that. Another L for the day. So now I'm two trades at a lot. Yeah, two losing trades. Two losing trades, one winning trade, and then one trade I'm still in. I'm still in that short also. I'm still holding those 252 puts. You're out. Hey, congrats to you, Cole. I wish I could be out as well. I'm not a big fan of the midday session. It's a fairly difficult time of day to trade. So if you guys are late to the trading session, you know, this is lunchtime. So, you know, you can see it's super choppy right now, you know. I mean, we're still battling over the around the 200 here on the 15 second, you know. It looks like they want to hold it. That's why I went, and I hope I don't regret selling that put, that call. Oh my God, they're gonna make it green, aren't they? Oh man. Oh yeah, there goes the Russell now. Oh man, why did it get out of that? Oh man, why did I get out of that? Jeez Louise, yet again. Thanks, 007. Thanks, 007. Have a great day. No, my calls that I just cut out. They're funny. Oh, that's not fair, man. Yeah, there they go. Well, those calls are in profit now. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. That's fantastic right there. Okay. All right. Well, so much for it not going up, right? Oh well. Let's see if we get let's see what we get. We still got a lot of trading day left. It's only 11:30. 2 minutes past the bottom of the hour. Bears are still fighting the upside trend. Just a slow grinder now. Well, we are struggling here. What's Bitcoin doing? Okay, Bitcoin looking fairly decent. Yeah, bulls are still here fighting this. They're not letting it go. There they are one more time. See how my puts are doing. Those 252s are not 6 cents. Still holding those. I'll still hedge, just in case there was a massive sell off, but or some kind of decent sell, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Oh man, this is so steady. Yeah, it's not. All right, let's see what we're gonna do here. Just got a signal. Might see a little bit of a wick down on it, maybe a continued move up. Let's see how aggressive the pullback is, though. Unless that thing just rips. Check this for a second. Look this here for a second. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're back at it. Sorry about that, guys. I was just having some technical issues. Let me turn this mode on so it saves some resources. See if we have anybody on the interwebs with any questions. Hey, don't forget, you guys on the internet, you all have questions. We'd like to take a look at a chart. Feel free to ask. You know, today is what, Tuesday. So today we've got Coach Becky with Trade Psychology. Don't want to miss that class. That is a excellent trading class that will be happening after market close. We've also got Coach Blasky and Coach Breezy. Coach Breezy on at 6 p.m. Eastern and Coach Blasky on at 7 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you all. Market's still looking weak here. Still haven't broken the intraday high though. What had Rocket Man on here? Yeah, no worries. See here, I think spaceman levels. That's what we want. That would make this so much easier to use. Daily open. Where's the daily high on this? Doesn't give me the daily high. Should be an option on here. Let's see if we can add a daily high on this. Base man. Look at that long string. Why do people always do that? Let's see. Monday, daily, open. Yeah, I think that's it. And that's what we want. We want this. And let's get rid of this. Yeah. Style. Right anchored. What does that look like? Oh, I like that. I like that a little bit more. Oh, no, I don't like that. What does this do? That's what that does. Nope. How about, yeah, that's too far. 40? I kind of like that. Yeah, I like that more. Where's the daily high though? I still don't even see the daily high. Yeah, I absolutely do not see the daily high on this. That is what's missing on this. Where is that? Let's see. I don't see that at all. See the open, previous high and low. All right, we can mark that either way. Oh man. Well, that was a shame. Well, so much for that move up. The Russell looks like it still wants to push. Man, what a shame. Are we gonna get a nice crazy move here? Looks like it wants to. Bull's still in control, although there are some bears fighting this. We're just doing that slow grind to the upside. Mm-mm-mm. That's terrible. Bull's got to get above 25 161 now, maintain this and get us to the next level. Bears pushing us back down under the 9 EMA and 26. Still in a smaller range. We're on the top side of that box, but still, you could bring us back into 25 140 and get that sell going. Let's check the higher time frames and see how we're looking. Oh, we've already broken the EMAs. There we go to the sell. Holy. Well, there's that sell. Nasdaq encountering resistance, pushing us back under the 200 now. They're on the 15. The 1 minute, you're probably still quite a few points above it. See, so still haven't gotten there. Still got a long ways to go. Let's attempt a long here. I'm going to buy a long single MNQ con. Scoop up another contract. Sell limit here. Put a sell limit at 25 134. See if we got a little wick up, and if it'll hold it and keep bouncing. I should bring my DCA into the position a little lower if it holds. Sellers still trying. Come on, Bulls. Ah, the Bears are going to hold this. Are they going to take this? Let's look at the one. Still got more that we can dip down if they continue to sell us. $10 from the top of the hour. Nice little bounce back. Okay. Almost green. Green. Okay. We just took one con. Now we're up $25. I'll put my stop in the money. We'll stop. Sell stop is at 25,128. We're in a single con now. We could still add in if the market wants to continue pushing that upside. Let's see if the bulls will hold it. As we expand to the upside, I'll just start moving my stop. Not bad, up $22 on this. You guys got to be careful here because if you add too close, it'll bring your entry too close to the price. So definitely don't want to do that. Oh, the Bears. No, our stuff. No, why? Let me make the money. Well, I mean, if they want to toilet this, that's fine. I'm still holding my IWM puts. So, we Gucci on that if they want to sell it. Time-based charts. That's right. If you guys want to listen to time-based charts down below, just one door down, you can catch time-based charts with Steve. So if you guys are interested in some of Steve's algorithmic trades and stuff. If it's your first time, I definitely recommend doing some paper trades. Paper trading is always recommended. Live trading, I definitely recommend after you've had some experience, understand your platform, have some risk management in place, and understand how to manage your trades, because those themselves can also get away from you very quickly. So, or size down. Doesn't hurt to use MES or a micro mini. I always recommend the micro minis. If you notice in the streams, we always trade the micro minis. If you attempt a long again, we're at the 9 EMA. Are they going to stuff us below it? We're 9 minutes away from the end of the New York lunch. Not looking like the Bears are going to, the Bulls are going to give it up. Russell is starting to push back up now again. Pretty choppy midday session though, if you guys ask me. You guys have seen that. We've gotten some chop. Are we green on this account? Let's double check. I think we are. No, we're not. We're actually down $12. No bueno. A slacker. That's right. That's right. That's right, Steve. You go for the long again. Hit the long till it doesn't work. Man, my cons are up. Oh no, they're way up now. They're almost $1. Why did I get rid of those longs? Oh my goodness. Are we gonna get a ripper coming out of New York lunch? I hate to see that, and then it just putters out, Because that impulsive move is always the wrong move. And then you just dump it. Let's try it. Put a buy, stop that prior candle look high and see if it. No. Okay, that didn't work. All right. Oh my God, oh my God, the market is just exploding now. We're exploding out of New York lunch. Man, what a shame. What a shame. Whole lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Man. Oh, that would have made me green if I would have held on to that trade, probably. But, seeing some resistance now as bears step in. at 25, 161. Let's see what they'll do to us here. Let's see if we can catch a ride on this. Man, it's not cool, man. There goes my levels, man. What levels? Well, you said we weren't going to go any higher, right? So you don't have any levels up at the top, right? Because you said that we weren't going any higher. Yep. That's just the way it goes. I just thought we would continue to go up because we're over all the EMAs, on all the time frames. So, and the leading time frame would be the 5 second if you wanted to do that, but that's just not the time frame I trade on. I trade on the 15. So as long as you maintain above it, you should still continue to be bullish. It's just a matter, because the trend is bullish. So, you don't necessarily want to short it. You don't want to fight the trend. The trend is always your friend. So the saying always rings true. So like for me with you guys, that's what I've been practicing and working with you guys on is that, how we can use some of these time frames to capture those moves and stay on the right side of the trend. You know what enlightened the morning session? I was trying to trade options, man. I usually trade options in the morning session, trying to make money for the day. Because that's like my other main source of income. So I really do that in the morning. I try not to trade the futures too much during the morning session. I really trade futures in the after hours or at the Sydney Open. And then I trade here with you guys in the midday. Well, whenever they tell me they want me to trade with you guys, I readjust my trading to that. I do my best to at least, but time of day is very different. At different times of the day, the market is structured and will perform and act very differently. So you also got to get accustomed to the way the market structures itself at certain hours of the day, like lunchtime, which we've got 4 minutes left of. There's usually a range around this time. It's very tight. We don't always get an expansion. So that's why I'm on the 15-second. Because if you were to go to like the 5 minute, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Like, how would you trade that? If you took this candle long, you'd get stopped out. You took this short, you get stopped out. You take this long, you get stopped out. You know what I'm saying? You take the next short, you got stopped out again. You take the, and then you're just like flip-flopping back and forth, back and forth. So it's really important that you guys start to learn the market. That's where paper trading is very important because it allows you to start remembering what happens at certain times of day. What does the market normally perform like? Like Mike, that's why Mike already knows. He can tell in the pre-market and the structure what kind of market he's going to have going into it. So for him, he already has his bias made. So if he comes in a little later, like he said, oh, I'm glad I came in late. I saw it in the pre-market and like what I saw. So he's waiting for the structure to play out rather than get frustrated trying to force a trade. The only other option you have is to adjust your trading style and find something that would work. And that's why I looked at that's why I look at the much lower time frames. No, yes, I bought one. My call was in the money. My put was out of the money. The put was like, 1 point out the money or 1 tick out the money. And the call was 1 point in the money or 1 tick in the money, whatever. But yeah, you're right. Today, the morning session was liquidation central, man. Like my first trade, I was down I think I hit a 30% loss on that. And then the second one, I took a 25% loss. So it was like, you'd hit my percentages like to a T. I was actually hoping on holding my IWN call a little longer though. I was going to be a little bit more risk on. I mean, it's just part of the process, bro, man. I was down with 80% yesterday, and at the end of the day, I was up 60%. And I'm still, you know, I'm still okay. I still got ammunition. I still got a horse in the race too. You just got to take the good with the bad. It happens though. No, I buy zero GTEs, so I play same day expiration because I want to use the highest amount of leverage. I mean, one of the trades I got stopped out in profit. Yeah, so one of my trades I did get stopped out in profit, but I have more confidence that we were going to continue just grinding upward. So, but the pullback was already big. So, and we were under the 200. So, you know, I just got to do risk management. Still, the day's still early though. There's always opportunity in the market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was still coasting around. It's got a nice bull flag. South Korean prosecutors sell seized Bitcoin for 21.5 million. Dang, they messing around with that. And like I said, I'm still holding my shorts. I still got my 252 shorts. They're a little out the money. They're like $4 out the money, but you know, that's the opening price. Wait, is that? I think that's the opening price. Yeah, it's the opening price if they want to close this flat on the day. So just a little test. There was a big magnet though. I mean, there's a metric ton of sellers in the market right now, to be honest with you. There's a lot of sellers. The market is really tilted to the sell side. It's just that the underlying assets are moving, are slowly grinding upward. Let's take a look at the heat map, and you can tell right there why it's giving you the upside. You have to understand what is NASDAQ and the S&P made up of. They're made up of dozens of other companies. So you have to really look at what their current price levels are doing. So when you look at this and you start seeing that, if you look at it and it looks very green, you should not be shorting it because it means that all the assets inside of that bundle, that ETF, are green as well. But you just have to watch for price and some of the heavy hitters. That's why, like on the other chart, I have Apple up. I'm looking dead center at Apple. I think we want to look at Nvidia. Well, I have to type it right. What is the sentiment of these markets, and what are they doing to them? So if you see assets like this that are doing these kind of moves, you got a bull flag right there on Nvidia. That's literally what you have. You got the bull flag on Nvidia. As a matter of fact, it's kind of cooling right now, getting ready for its next rep on the market. And you can see that right here. If you go over to M&Q, you can see the same thing there. You don't have the selling pressure. Ooh, man, yeah. It's brutal in the market, man. I mean, especially if you're doing like same day expiration and stuff like that. You know, I try to at least get to that 10%. To where I can put my stop in the money and stuff. But you know, sometimes the market just don't give you that. All right, team, and there's the end of New York lunch. If you guys didn't get up, stand up, get some water. Recommend you do that now. And the market can continue to stay choppy here for the next hour to 2 hours. So, if you're looking for big moves in the market, I can't say that, necessarily we'll see it. It's one of those things that really hard at this time of day. Seeing a little bit more volume kick in now in the market. So let's see if the bulls can continue fighting and pushing us upward. Oh yeah, well that's why I trade same day expirations on IWM. Yeah, the Russell is way better. So if you guys are wondering, like IWN, you can trade RTY, and RTY offers you a lower risk to reward and can be very smooth. Yeah, yeah. No, I know that. I've been doing this for a long time, bro. I want my trading to be easy, you know? So, yeah, it is always on my chart. It is a very important part of my chart, to know what the Russell is doing. We talked about the W, and that we were flagging out of, and it looks like it's still the case. That was another thing I had pointed out earlier in the session and stuff. The other nice one is the Dow. I'm not a big fan of the Dow, but if you're looking for one of the sisters that'll give you a strong indication of the direction of the market, the Dow is that. That it can offer you that. But RTY is a great trade as well. Small caps move with a lot more ease. I can't say it's less manipulated, but it does offer some great trading opportunities. If you guys are low on your account and a few $100s from blowing the account, you can trade M2K. That is the mini micro of the Russell. That lowers your risk to about 50 cents a point. That's 50 cents a point. That's $1 every move. It can be a lifesaver. Or if you're new to trading and if you're gun shy, you're trigger shy, you don't want to blow your first account, trade M2K. It's so much easier. It'll give you everything you want. You have skin in the game, and it'll give you enough leeway that you can make mistakes. Yeah, exactly. That is the other thing. Is definitely not as wiki as the other indices. And you can see that. There's just a slow grind. Like the volume on M2K will be lower because I don't think a lot of traders know about it. But I think futures has come a long way. I'm interested to see the next 2 years bring for us. There's that solid push up. Let's roll over to MNQ and see how this grind up is working. You can see that buying pressure kicking in now, pushing us at 175. I've got a prior resistance at 25 188. That would be a 4-hour support resistance level. So if you're looking for a target, that might be an area of significance for you. And that is, well, I don't know why I marked. Man, I wish I would have put a note on why I marked this here. Close the buy. Wow. Okay. Algo just closed the buy. I don't know why I put this here. Tuesday. I'm just going to put this right here at 25 182 because that's a prior high. Looks like we're going to hopefully see some continuation of this expansion. Oh, yeah, we're breaking through those resistance levels. Market's really moving now. Oh, my goodness. Those IWN calls I had earlier are like $200 now. Wow. Wow, that is an insane move. Incredible. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Russell. Also, RTY is so much better on Bookmap compared to NQ, and yes, they actually go for orders and they don't fade them as much. Really? That's good to know. That's really good to know. I'll have to check that out. I used to look at Bookmap all the time. It's a really cool tool, especially if you want to understand the order levels and where they sit, your large order blocks, icebergs, stuff like that. Man, look at the Russell just ripping faces off. Look at this, guys. You know, I mean, these would be your areas that you could even get into it, scale into it, and then just write the rip up. Unlike MNQ, meaning some resistance. Yeah, I'll have to check that out in my off time, see what I find on that, because that's really interesting. See if we got any sales going on or any news. I know the team is always dropping announcements. And don't forget, team, our Skycast is out. You can catch our Skycast podcast anywhere that you catch your stream. So you can catch it on YouTube, Spotify, Radio 360. Oh, that's a nasty rejection. That is an ugly rejection right there. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's still holding. The Russell's still moving quite nicely to the upside. Looks like it wants to break out of this range. A super tanker has sailed through the Strait of Hormuz with 2 million barrels. So we've got some super tankers moving. That could mean that oil is dumping. Let's go over to oil real quick. I'm not even looking at gold. Geez, that's going to make the market rip because that's going to mean that oil is selling because everything is going to start moving again. Oh, look at that move on crude just when that dropped. My 253s. Oh my God. Yeah, my 253s from this morning are sitting at 387. Almost $400 a contract for my $163 purchase. So sad. So sad. Oh man, that just hurts. All right, we're 10 minutes into the top of the hour, team. Let's see how the continuation works here on the market. Ain't you just grinding to the upside? I want to see another pullback into the 26, and then I'll attempt another long on this maybe. Looks like we're just gonna have a slow grinding day to the upside. Maybe the better thing to do would be to look for some longer dated calls. Otherwise, it's just too late in the session, you know? Everything is just kind of already a little overpriced. This was like a couple of weeks ago, but NQ, ES, YM didn't have nothing. And I see RTY with this. Oh, wow. That's pretty interesting. Huh, that's pretty cool. You'll have to take a look at RTY again on Bookmap. Well, that's a lot of selling right there. That's probably the imbalances that happen around this time. Usually around 10 to 12 to 13 minutes after the top of the hour, the intraday, there can be imbalances also in the market. So we might just be seeing that. Algo's rebalancing. Come on. I'm still holding those puts. Get rid of them. I'm so crazy for holding them, thinking they were going to get low a day. They're just so little now. It doesn't even make a difference now. But you never know. I see a little trend line though. You're on the Russell. You can see the same thing happening here on the NAS. Right there. Maybe. Maybe. Still choppy though. Had some nice pops though that you could take trades off of. Probably gonna go a little bit lower for it to make a little bit more sense. Yep, there it is. Hmm. There's that next push upward. So I was off chart. So I didn't see that. Dang it. Oh, I didn't take that long off the 200 again. I'm in the Russell right now. I'm trying to see what's going to happen. The Bears are trying to take it though. Trying to stuff it, just like the NAS. EMAs have already crossed over though. And it's like we're just gonna have a ripper of a day. We're just gonna just keep ripping all day. Jeez Louise, look at that. Oh my God, those calls are going again. What a crazy expansion day. Imagine what Mike's calls are at right now. He was long so early ago. Looks like the NAS is going. And there goes the NAS breaking out. Let's go. Let's do it. Man, I wish I would have taken that long from that break of the 200. Let's see if they just keep pushing this thing. We haven't had a crazy bullish day in a while. So this would be really nice. I mean, they could do it if they want to. Getting really bullish now. Wow, look at that move. It's funny how you see the resistance on NQ and on the Russell, you don't even see it, like we were talking about earlier. It's just going. It's like tick, 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 tick. Let's go. Chris Wright is saying is supporting the tanker through the Straits of Hormuz. So the U.S. has escorted a tanker through. Crude is just dumping. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's hitting the news wire now. So I would expect some more movements to the upside then as crude oil begins its movement through the seas. Look at the Russell. Russell hasn't even really started to get its legs yet. This thing could just explode on us. I ended up picking up some 257 calls. They were 52 cents. They were already green like 13% when I bought them. I'll put my stop in the money as well because I'm not here to lose money. Not here to lose money. If it rips and it keeps going, then hallelujah, right? I was going to ask, are you going to add more indicators on depth? Yeah, I think that ended. We've actually pivoted, I think, and we're moving towards another platform that we're going to be launching here in the next coming up weeks. So Trade C is coming on online with us. So you guys can look forward to seeing us trade with that and using it. I think you guys are going to like that a whole lot more than the Volumetrica. You're not a fan? Really? I got a demo of it and it looks phenomenal. It looks great. It looks like a very good alternative to Project X. Candles look too different. I got you. I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm just gonna play it by ear, my friend. I'm gonna just see how it goes, and you know, I get the data feeds. Well, that's the whole reason why we're bringing this in. It's supposed to be the folks at Rhythmic dumped a ton of money into it to make it a very cool tool. So, you know, I just haven't gotten my account correct. It will be Rhythmic. It will be a Rhythmic based account. So your data will be different. Well, it was that was a pretty wild marketing campaign they did there, right? Got traders in all engaged with it, and then boom, we're going exclusive. Kind of messed up, but you know, the industry is not perfect. I will say that the industry is not without its flaws. See a little resistance here. Bears are trying to step in here on NQ, trying to stuff us below 25, 185. Bull stepping back in, buying it above, taking it at 25, 190, not pushing 190, 175. Oh my God, the Russell is repping. Yes, these calls are going. Yes, I'm up 53% on these calls right now. Sellers trying to step in on NAS, trying to take us back to that support at 25, 182. We got to hold that. Otherwise, it could see a nasty drop. It could stuff us back down to 25, 165 if the Bears can take it. Bears getting smoked by the Bulls. Bulls are eating the Bears lunch today. Let's go. Russell expanding Whoa, man, the Russell is just ripping faces off. Like we said, the trade of the day is right there on the Russell. If you guys are sitting on the Nas, you guys are running or playing catch up to the Russell. The small caps are ripping faces off. Look at that, pushing 25, 2,591.50. Ninja has rage baited me into tilt so many times with its Ninja mass orders nuking accounts. I don't know what that is. I actually stopped using Ninja Trader once I found out about TradingView. Once I found out about TradingView, I was like, this is where I'm going to trade the rest of my life. I like TradingView. The only reason I like TradingView for the time being is because my chart looks the same everywhere. I can go to a hotel computer. I can log into a guest computer, get on TradingView, and open up my chart and trade my stuff. My username and passwords won't be there, which is not a big deal, but my charts are there. I can get on my phone, open up TradingView on the app or the web browser, and it's the same. Get on my tablet, it's the same. To me, having that simplicity of my charts always being available on whatever platform I'm on is very important to me. The other thing also is that anything I develop, anything I create is always available for me. So like if I go here to indicators and if I go to my scripts here, all my scripts here that I've built and written over the course of the last couple of years, they're all right here. They will be wherever I go. I don't have to upload them. I don't have to say, oh man, I can't trade this chart because it's going to work for today. That was super important for me because you know what? I always had a sense that as I was trading in my trading career, that I want to regain my time and travel with my wife. I want to be able to trade from anywhere in the world to make money. So that ultimately was a very important part of me finding a way to not only be successful, but also forward thinking that as my trading career progressed, it would also be capable of growing with me or traveling with me, you know. Trading view might be laggy. I don't have problems with it. The bad thing about what you bring up, Vodka Net, is you can make a complaint about any of the platforms. I can have the same complaint as well as the trading view. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it is a little laggy. Sometimes by the time my order is filled, it might take seconds from when I click my execute button, right? That's probably specifically what you mean, especially if you're doing like market orders. The market orders are always going to be like that, you know? If I put my stop order, my stop is my stop, you know? So I'm not doing a lot of market orders. I try my best not to do market orders on my sells. I try to keep my market orders to my buys. If I'm really trying to go for something, man, the Russell's really going. Come on, baby, make me green. Now I'm up 76% on those calls now. It sneaks in orders when you use certain strategies. Random injection of orders like 3 micros, put in 13, execute. Then you get to an instant drawdown as the size is too large for the trade and you tilt. That sounds like if you might be using automated trade strategies. If you're using automated trade strategies, then yeah, that's always a possibility is that the algos can put you in trades that you aren't necessarily accounting for. So you'll always have to be careful with that. Oh my God, the market is just exploding. I hope some of you guys are long. My calls are up 96%. I'm only down 29% for the day. Let's go. Man, I wish I would have bought more. Now we got a support at 25,200. Let's see. Happened quite a few times. Sometimes it's your own fault because counter creeps as you move the chart. But I have had several where it did it while it clearly had an X number selected of micros and went into its own size. Okay. So TradingView is fine for swings. If you want to scalp and you need quick response, X is perfect for that. It's a type of orders I do bid and ask. Gotcha. It's just one of those things that, as you guys are trading, you're going to notice nuances of all the platforms. And you just have to figure out which of the lesser evil do you want to swallow. That's the unfortunate thing about it. None of these platforms are going to be perfect. I'm just going to be flat out honest with you, man. None of these platforms are going to be perfect. They're all going to have their hookiness to them. At the end of the day, you need to figure out what you can make work for you. What can dot every box of what you said clearly had X number, it does this, it has X, Y, and Z, and you can make it work for you and make money. Boom. Man, I'm shocked you guys didn't use Onyx. What do you mean? Platform? I haven't tried that. Oh, really? I got kicked from the platform and couldn't log back in for 30 minutes. Oh, that's horrible. That's the worst. And that's the other reason why I like this. I'm not tied to trading V. I can always log into Trade of 8 and just flatten my position. My PAs always have hard stops in them, though. I'll be honest with you. All my PAs always have a hard stop, like a daily max loss for the day. I always have that at like 600, always to start, because I'm not willing to lose more than that. No, they've had that. Trade of 8 has always had that back end where you could do your max loss, max profit, max loss, weekly profit goals, stuff like that. Especially like if you're using automated trade strategies, that's super important. I'm going to close this call. I'm going to take my 50% profit. Not willing to lose it. Or should I hold it? Oh my goodness. It's a nasty pullback here on the market. You never work for your props, but now on live, but before I'd never work for my props. Okay, got you. So you let the algos do your eval, you let them grind out the eval, and then you manage the PA. That's a great idea. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I've been leaning towards that myself. Let the algos grind out the eval. That way I take all that pressure off of me and then I just focus on the PAs. And I've been trying to find a balance of that. I tested something out last night that was very aggressive. So it was a DCA algo, and it did very well in the early session, got me up like $500. And then after that, gave it all up, put me in some, and then blew the account. Up $500. And I shit you not. Ace. I was like, man, I'm up $500. Should I get rid of this? Should I close it out and rotate to another account? Because I had other accounts that are like $700 away from passing and stuff. I've been passing an eval like almost every week and stacking my PAs now. And I was like, man, should I take it on? I'm like, I never used this one before. And I was like, no, man, I won't know what it will do until I let it do what it's got to do. And sure enough, I figured it out. I figured it out. I learned the hard way on that one. I was like, why? Why? So not fair. So not fair. Oh my God. Sellers are good and aggressive. Raising my stop a little. I got my stop in the money. I'm still up 65% on my call. Back at the 200. Oh man, that was aggressive selling right now. Bottom of the hour. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. See what this looks like. Oh, that's a rejection. Look at that rejection. The seller showed up. But they're here for the party or what? Oh my God. I just got stopped out on my call. Well, we took 50% on that. We'll take it. It's cash money. We picked at a little bit of our loss for the day. San Antonio. It was it was a pretty big order to try to go for what I was going for. We were going for like if it was IWN, it was 258. We were going for 258. It is what it is. I might kick myself for it later, but risk management, not here to lose money. So I just got to take the wins as they come. The base hits will add up. I'm just waiting on the market. I've missed my trade opportunities here in the midday session. For evals, I have a little bot that switches between buy and sells depending on the candle volume. See standard deviation on VWAP, and then see if there are orders and a long and or short and hope for the best. Cannot say I cannot stay on an eval for my life. I'm super aggressive in an eval. I want to pass it in like two to 3 days. Like I started the statics, and those were a little bit more challenging, but it's not really bad because now it's like I just have to make 1.6K. Well, I'm glad I got stopped out on that. My call would be pretty ooh man, I'd be back to my entry right now. Wow. Woo. That's why we put stops on our trades, team. That's why we put stops on our trades. Ficons in Asia is just right. You know what? I like that. I personally like to use a full size lot in the Asia session. During Asia, I usually trade a full size. You know, during the midday, like right now, I'll trade 3M and QCons. That I usually like. Scaling with one, or maybe take three at once and then just kind of deviate from there. Or I'll go down to the lower time frame and I'll just wait for this to kind of just putter around down here, and I'll start just kind of accumulating it if I think we're going to get continuation. I'm a little scared though, because we're getting towards the latter half of the day now, and you could see some profit taking happen. So that's the only thing that kind of worries me. I'm still in my short. I still have that 252 short. I know I'm crazy about that one, but you never know. It's way out the money though. Man, the bears are stepping in, blasting down. 25, 128. Let's go to the one. We're probably getting close. Oh, well, we are at it. Look at the 1 minute. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, now will we hold below it? We hold below it and we keep going. Maybe. Maybe. What's the Russell doing? Russell gave it up very quickly now as well. Oof. Crude oil's kind of catching a bid now itself, pushing the market further down. Probably just a pullback though. You can see it on the Renkos. I got the Renkos up on IWN now. Let's roll over to M&Q and see what we're doing here. Yeah, not necessarily saying that this is a sell-off, maybe just a slight pullback, but we'll have to wait and see. Been a good day for the bulls, so you know. Oh, nice. Good job, Omaro. Good job. VWAP runner took one. Nice. Yeah, we're well under the 200 net. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. What is dropping on the news wire? Hey, my puts are starting to juice. What my puts are starting to juice. Hey, 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 hey. Come on. Oh, those dirty dogs. Those dirty, dirty dogs. Oh man. Criminal. Criminal, I tell you. That is criminal, bro. That makes me furious, bro. Market manipulation, broski. Vodka, I'm banking on that, bro. I'm banking on that. I don't know why. I just feel like it was just a big old form of manipulation on the market, bro. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy. Really, I hate to be that guy. But yeah, I'm that guy right now. It felt like a lie. It felt like a lie. It felt like a big fat lie, man. Yes, I heard that. Well, I saw the reports that the Iranians said that they said that it's not over till it's over, and then we got reports that they were sending out signals to sleeper cells to activate. So all that stuff there, man, is so worrisome. Hey, what's up? You can't pull IPs. What's up, man? What's up, Big D's? How you guys doing? Good to see you out there on Kick Chat. Well, we're getting into some conversations about market manipulation, one on one. Man, oh man, the Russell is still not buying it. The Russell is still selling to the downside. Look at that. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. Can we take a short on this? My puts are coming back to life. Oh my God. Can they make those puts green though? Oh, we are focused, brother. We are focused. We are getting a little sidetracked here. Oh my God. Look at that rip back to the upside. Bulls are really fighting this. Well, felt like one of those buy the rumor, sell the news, right? We got the rumor. Should we attempt a short here? I'm gonna attempt a short right here. I don't like the volume, so I'm gonna attempt a short. We are rolling up a little. you know, Steve. You know, Steve. He'll bring the pain. No, I got a sell order at the 200. I want to see if we get a wick up to it. I'm still eyeing the Russell to see what it's doing. It looks like it wants to catch a bit. My puts just lost value. They were close to green. I'm tempted to just add some more now. They're not that far out the money. Well, I mean they are, but they're not. Bulls are still here though. Bulls are still fighting. Somebody's believing this nonsense. Sniper. Yeah, you are. Little Stewie. Well, you're trying to get 25 175 now. Some dude has 102 cons there. Ooh. I guess I want to fade that order. I mean, if that news on the straights is not true, I mean, that's not necessarily good. But we have been grinding to the upside. But that was kind of the push that gave us that oomph to the upside. So they're right to kind of take it back, because that's fake news. But what will we do after? Will we continue selling since, what else is there? It should sell because we're under the 200 here on the 15. We're under it on the 30, but we're right on it on the 1. So the one that matters right now is the 1 minute. You got the 9 right above us at 25 139. That will be your stop. You get above that, then you're going to start going to the upside. And you got to really look at your candle where it's closing at that time too. How strong it is, all that good stuff. We're also at a standard deviation as well as VWAP. It looks like it. We got 15 minutes till the top of the hour, team. Don't forget, we got a lot of trading day left. Got Coach Matt coming up for Power Hour. Don't forget, we got Coach Becky with Trade Psychology after market close. Coach Breezy in at 6 p.m. Eastern, and Coach BluSky on at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. So we got 3 other great coaches just 3 doors down. So you don't want to miss those. If you guys are looking for evening trades with the Asia session, Coach BluSky and Breezy will have you in great hands. And if you're looking for help with your trading psychology, then I definitely recommend Coach Becky's trade psychology class. Yeah, it is a really weird spot. No, you got bears and bulls fighting, because it could go either way. They don't want the lower time frames to take control, which was the selling time frames. Because as they take control, then you'll get that trend change. So that's what they're fighting. They're trying to get over those EMAs and start get going. Just scalping, I'm still bearish here though. Nice. I mean, unfortunately, the trend is still bullish, though. It is a bullish trend. So to deny that is to be fighting the trend. See, I mean, you could see it right here on the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute. Look at the 15 minute. Oh, I don't do ticks, bro. So I couldn't analyze that one for you. I think I can throw it on there. It's just not my preference. I think it's what range. I think it is. Let's see. Is it bars? There it is. Oh, I don't have text on this chart. That's why I don't have it. I was like, why don't I have it? Because I don't have it here. She's going for it now. Damn, those contracts dropped to 36 cents. Sheesh, Rebecca, what I bought them for. Wow. Looks like she wants to go for it again. Probably got over the 200 as well. Yep, sure did. Pretty volatile. Yeah, going for it. Highs, but it is rejecting in a rejection area. So let's see. Bears are thirsty, man. There it is. That was my order of 600 micros. They just filled that order. They just filled that order that was right there. Well, price will magnet there if there's enough orders. The only bad thing is they can ghost orders. So was that a seller or was that a buy order? Choppy afternoon session, V-shaped, 1,200 drop. Bears need to get it together. Man, the Bears never have it together, bro. You need them to have like a real good confluence. Otherwise, you get those small controlled cells that don't equate to an elevator ride. That you're looking for. No, what is it that again? Price value area high, I think. It looks like it is. And I missed it. Made a little cut. See if we make a little handle on this and we'll rip up. I'm gonna put an order right here in case we get a wick down. And then I'll put another order right here. And we're gonna see if we can scalp it up. If it wicks us, if it wicks in and gets us in. Let's see. I mean, it's higher than I want. I mean, but it's the best way you can chase one of these things if it's gonna rip. If it's gonna rip faces off, this is how it's gonna be. There's always another bus. You're absolutely right, my friend. There's always another bus. You know what? That's funny. I always used to talk about that, like trading, That was an analogy I always use is that trading is like catching a bus. You know, you have, except you don't know the schedule. It's like when you're first riding the bus, you know, it's going to come by. It'll be by at around some time. You just don't know when it's going to come. So you got to be there ready for it to show up to get on that bus and take its ride, right? It is very hard, bro. It is very hard. That's what makes it challenging and difficult, you know, to be a trader. Okay, we just filled that one contract at 174. We're in when M and Q. It's like the Russell is starting to cool a little bit, get a little bit of a pullback. The Iran Revolutionary Guard is confirming that no ship has passed through the channel. So that headline is factual. It's kind of losing the bid now. Maybe they might give you 162 for another ad. 162 would be the 200 ish. A little bit further. Yeah, no, it's about right there. Yeah. A little bit more selling. I'm hearing Bitcoin is also selling as well. See if we can pick up another con at the 200. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Tesla's starting to sell. Holding the 200. Let's move up to a higher time frame and see what. On the on the 30, we just tapped that 200 right there. We'll add one more there. Can add another con if we wick back down to 25 155. I'll put a sell order at 25 170. That should lower my cost of entry in a little bit. There's one. All right, perfect. That's what we wanted. Okay, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a couple of sell orders here. Got our sell stops ready. So if this actually does go and give us a little move, we'll take it. Wait, how much are we down for the day? I need to figure that out. Okay, so we're down like $7 right now. Russell's starting to get a bid, showing a little strength here, trying to bounce. That should make us green right there. Oh, no, still $12 down. Oh, there we go. There we go. Atta girl. Now we're green. We're up 46. All right, not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and move our stops in the money. Asking a 3-time voter. Fading, sorry boys. Quick QT. Hey, good trade for you. Ah, did not want to do that. Let's take a look at the Russell. Russell looking kind of weak, looking like it wants to turn. I am not gonna lie. It does look like it wants to turn. Not the Nas though. Nas holding up well, reaching the top of the hour now. Will it hold though? Oh, and I just lost one. I'm gonna lower my stop on the next contract a little bit more. I don't want to get stopped out of it. You notice I'm using single stop orders now. I'm not using a bundled stop order. That way, if I do get stopped out of a con, I at least stay with a position, by chance. Or you just noticed, I lowered my entry. Oh my goodness, and that's over. They just, yeah. Oh man, I tell you, what a day! What a day! Yeah, I think you're right. It looks like they are going to go ahead and just sell this thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and sell my put to my call to. I got a call on the Russell. I was hoping we'd get that continuation to the upside, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Like it might be the high of the day, starting to look a little selly across the board. All right, since it is the top of the hour, that does complete my session with you guys in the midday session. I hope you guys had a great session with me. I enjoyed the chat. It was fun chatting with you guys. Welcome to some of our new listeners. I hope to see you all tomorrow. If you got questions, we've got answers, and we're here to answer them. So please drop those questions in the chat. Reach out, DM us. Don't forget, like I always mention, journaling is the start to a great trading career. So please journal those trades. Notate your time of entry, lot size, the 3 confluences that led you to that trade, and try to add a couple of ideas. Add 2 to 3 ideas of how you could improve that trading. That in itself can lead you to success as a trader. It's those little pieces that we learn on a day by day. Always have patience, manage your trades, don't marry your bias, and most of all, good luck in the market. I'll see you tomorrow, team. Have a great day. Thanks again.